Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, is my voice audible to all? Audible to you, Ellie? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay, just wait for a few more minutes till other can join. Then we are starting our lecture. Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are starting a motherboard. Clear? So, what do you mean by motherboard? Is my screen visible to all? Hello? Hello, Ellie, Roy, Akanwano. Hello? Okay, Roy.
For me, it's visible, sir.
Roy, for you, screen is visible?
Yes, it is feasible.
Okay. Okay, today Mithil sir is on leave, so I will conduct you today's lecture. Clear? So, a topic to discuss that is motherboard. So, as you can see on a screen, a motherboard picture is there. Clear? So, what do you mean by motherboard? Actually, how will you define a motherboard? Do you know what is a motherboard? Okay, let me tell you. A motherboard, you can say it's a part of computer. It's a part of computer in which all its internal components are connected. It's a part of computer system in which all its internal components parts are connected in a simple term. Clear? Or you can say a motherboard is a printed circuit board. See, if you can see, here we are having the whole circuit. This is a whole circuit, and in this circuit, all the values, all components are mounted. Different components are mounted internally. So these are interconnected components which are used for computer to run efficiently. These are the DIMMs loads. Clear? ATX power connector, CPU load, fan connector, PS2, USB, parallel ports. Clear? CMOS battery cell. These are motherboard chip north bridge as well as south bridge. So this is the internal components which are connected on printed circuit board. The full form of PCB is printed circuit board. Yeah. So a motherboard is a electronic circuit device in which all internal components of a computer system as well as external part of a computer are connected. For example, if you want to connect USB pen drive to your computer, at that time we require a USB slot. We require a USB slot at which we can insert a pen drive. If we want to insert external hard disk, if you want to insert a RAM, if you want to upgrade a RAM of our PC, clear? At that time, its respective slots should be mounted in a circuit board so that we can insert a respective device on that slot. Just interrupt me if you're not able to get. Clear? I will repeat that thing. Everyone, just raise your hand or unmute your mic if you want me to revise the same thing. Clear? So this is the motherboard. So any doubt regarding the definition of a motherboard? Hello? Yes,
No, sir,
Ellie?
no doubt.
Yes, Ellie, any doubt?
No, I think there's no doubt.
Is is it clear to all? Okay, let us
Yeah,
move
clear,
further.
sir.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, let us move further. Each and every device, each and every component, we'll discuss one by one. The first one, that is CPU socket. Here you can see this is CPU socket. So what is mounted in this place? What device will be mounted in this place? See, from the motherboard, we can know if you open any CPU, at that time you will find such type of circuitry board. So on which, what is the version of processor, which processor version is used? Either it is Pentium 1, Pentium 2, dual core, core 2 duo, core i3, core i5, core i7. Clear? At that time, we can easily know which processor is used in the system. So the processor is mounted on CPU socket. As you can see this figure where my mouse is pointing currently, the CPU socket. So in this place, the processor is mounted. Here the processor is mounted at this position. Clear? So whatever is the processor that you can identify, that processor belongs to your system. If here the processor you find core i7, then system is having i7 processor. If it is i3, core i3, your system is having i3 processor. Clear? So it which means the processor is mounted at this place. Clear? Now the next is here. So first I'm connecting one by one components. Clear? So DIMM sockets. So here we are having DIMM sockets. So what is the full form of DIMM? DIMM socket, that is dual DIMM. DIMM stands for dual inline memory module. Dual inline memory module. Clear? The DIMM stands for dual inline memory module. So at this place, at this place, we connect RAM. At this place, we connect RAM. If we want to mount RAM in our system, if we want to mount a RAM in our system, at that time, these slots are used. These slots are used. So can anybody unmute your mic and tell me what is the full form of RAM? Hello? Ellie, Roy? Yes, Ellie?
Random access memory.
Yes, exactly. It's a random access memory. Clear? The full form of RAM, that is random access memory. And recently I will tell you the full form of DIMM, that is dual inline memory module. Clear? So the RAM will be mounted at this place. The RAM will be mounted at this place. Clear? So currently in the latest version of PCs or laptops, we are having DDR4 version of RAM. DDR4 version of RAM. So what do you mean by DDR? DDR. Here you will find term DDR1, DDR2. If you go for upgradation of your RAM, then the vendor can ask you which type of RAM you need to install. No, I'm not speaking about size. It may be 2, 4, 6, 8, and like 2 GB, 4 GB, 6 GB, 8 GB. That it's a size of RAM. But I'm currently speaking about a version. Which version we need to mount? You need to mount. Clear? So at that time, it's DRAM, dynamic random access memory. Dynamic random access memory, but its version depends upon DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4. Clear? So on these loads, if on these loads that you are seeing by using this horizontal line as a black color, these loads, if you find it, if it is written 2.5, if it is written in this place 2.5, then DDR1, what is the full form of DDR? The full form of DDR is double data rate. Double data rate version 1. That RAM can be installed. Double data rate. The full form of DDR is double data rate. Clear? So that RAM can be installed. Now next is if there is written 1.8 instead of 2.5. If you want to note down, you can note it down also. If it is written 1.8, if it is written 1.8, then DDR2 can be installed. So at that time, at that place, we can install DDR2. And if it is written 1.5, if it is written 1.5, then DDR3 can be installed. But as I told you before, in the current market, in the current scenario, the latest PCs, the latest laptop series are having DDR4. Clear? DDR4. So 1.2 is written on this state, on this slots. So if there is written 1.2, means the DDR4 types of RAM can be mounted at this place. So DIMM socket, any doubt regarding this? Hello? Any doubt? Yes, Ellie?
Sir, can you repeat about the numbers? If it's one point
Yes, yes,
something,
I'm
one point
repeating. I'm
eight,
repeating.
maybe and one in one
Yes,
point two.
yes, yes, Ali, I'm repeating. Okay. So 2.5. If the slot having number 2.5, which means DDR1 can be installed and that slot. If the slot is having number 1.8, means DDR2 can be installed. DDR2 version of RAM can be installed. If the slot is having number 1.5, then DDR3 can be installed. DDR3 can be installed. And as per the current market trend, whatever are the new latest series of laptops, new latest series of PCs, you will find 1.2 number 1.2 where DDR4 category of RAM can be installed. Is it clear now? Hello? Is it clear now?
Yes, it's clear,
Ellie?
sir.
Okay. Anybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay. Roy and the person. Sorry, I'm another person.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So laptops,
Sir,
PCs, servers.
sir,
Yes.
is 2.5 like bigger than 1.2 or 1.2 is bigger than 2.5?
Sorry. 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it in the capacity like 1.5 is bigger than 2.5?
No. 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 1.5. See, DDR1. It's a number. The number written on this load. Here we are having DIMM slots, DIMM socket slot, memory slots, right? Where we need to insert a RAM. See, if you purchase any system, so what the vendor will say, vendor will tell you, the vendor will tell you, here this system is having 2 GB of RAM, 4 GB of RAM, 8 GB of RAM, right? The RAM is mounted on this load. Here the RAM is mounted on this load, but which version of RAM is mounted? That depends upon the category of RAM. Either it is DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, or DDR4. The DDR4 is the latest one. DDR4 is the latest one. So here we are having 1.2. If our system is having the latest version of RAM, then here number is 1.2. For DDR1, the number is 2.5. Clear?
Yes. Kiri.
Okay. The latest version of RAM, that is DDR4, dual double rate, double data rate, double data rate. Clear? That is double data rate version 4. That is faster compared to DDR1, 2, and 3. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, it's Kiri.
Okay. Now, if we are see when a colleges resumes and you are at our college, then may the sir will allow you to visit our server room. Then in our server room we are having DDR4 SDRAM. Server room we are having DDR4 SDRAM. So SDRAM stands for synchronous. SDRAM stands for synchronous dynamic random access memory. Synchronous dynamic random access memory. Clear? That will be mounted on a server of server system. Clear? Then for a PC, for a PC, SDRAM of DDR2 or generally DDR3 category is mounted. Similarly, for a laptop series, DIMM SO, small outline. SO stands for, see, I'm writing here in a chat box. where you can simultaneously read. Clear? SODIMM. The full form of SO, that is small outline dual inline memory module. Full form of SO, that is small outline. Clear? Dual inline memory module. So for a laptop series, small outline DIMM is installed. Clear? So DIMM slot is clear to all. RAM slots. Hello. Memory slots. Is it clear to all? Hello. Everyone? Okay, I'm assuming it is clear to all. Clear? Now the next is, here you can see ATX power connector. Here you are watching ATX power connector. Clear? So what do you mean by ATX power connector? ATX power connector is a power connector from where you are applying electric supply. You are applying electric supply to your system. So it is a 20 to 24 pin connector. This is a 20 to 24. In some system you will find 20 pin, in some system you will find some 24 pin connector. Clear? So what is connected in this port? What will be connected in this port? In this port, SMPS. If you want to write down the full form of SMPS, that is simple mode power supply. SMPS, that is the SMPS will be connected switched mode power supply. The full form of SMPS, that is switched mode power supply. See, every computer has SMPS, switched mode power supply. Clear? So from where the power will be supplied to your system, motherboard will get a power from SMPS, and that SMPS switched mode power supply will be connected with ATX power connector. Clear? Hello?
Yes, clear, sir.
Is it clear? Okay. Now next here you are finding floppy disk. Again, what is a floppy disk? Can anybody guess what is a floppy disk? Hello?
Uh, it's used to store
Yes, it's
for
used to
storage. For
store.
storage.
Yes,
It's
it's a
like
storage device.
chip.
Clear? It's a storage device. In simple term, if you want to tell, the floppy disk are a storage devices. Clear? The floppy disk are storage devices. If you want to store some data, then floppy disk are a storage devices. So in older days, in past, in past, floppies are also used to store data. Floppies are also used to store data. Clear? So we can store only less amount of data on a floppy disk. So the right now, currently in the market, these loads has been removed. These loads has been removed from the latest version of motherboards. Here we are just sharing for your knowledge purpose. Clear? But these loads right now has been removed from motherboards. Why it is removed? Because our motherboard hard disk is having enough capacity to store a data, and rather than storing a data on a floppy disk which is having very less amount of size, we can store a data on external storage devices like a pen drive, hard disk, memory card. Clear? Which is having a more size than the floppy disk. Clear? So these are the floppy disk port. If you want to connect a floppy disk, then that drive is mounted on this slot. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. Now next one, that is I EIDE port. EIDE port. This is larger in size, black, besides floppy disk. Clear? Besides floppy disk, we are having EIDE port. So full form of EIDE, the full form of EIDE, that is Enhanced Integrated Drive Electronics. Enhanced Integrated, D for drive and E for electronics. Enhanced Integrated Drive Electronics. So why it is used? Why it is used? See, it is used to connect external peripherals such as optical devices, hard disk. Your hard disk is connected with this port, EIDE port. In your motherboard, in your CPU, the hard disk is connected to this port. So this is a 40 pin connector. Here we are having a 40 pin. If you can see, this load is having number of pins. So number of pins are 40, 40. The number of pins are 40, 40. This is a 40 pin connector. Clear? So these loads can mount hard disk of your system. Clear? But again, this load in a latest version of system, which are the currently trending in the market. See, I'm not saying old system. In many systems, still you can find EDEs, EIDE slots. Clear? In many systems, currently you may find EIDE port, Enhanced Integrated Drive Electronics, this port. But currently, which are the latest version of motherboards? The latest version of motherboard, this slot is replaced by SATA port. This slot is replaced by SATA port. So what is SATA port? The SATA port is serial AT attachment. Serial AT attachment. The function is same. SATA is faster than this port. SATA port is more faster than IDE port. Clear? Hello? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? See, optical,
Load.
as I've said, these ports are used to connect hard disks as well as optical devices. So can you tell me by unmuting your mic, which are the optical devices that you studied? Can you know optical devices?
CD and DVDs.
Yes, very good. It's a CD or DVD. So if your system is having CD driver or DVD writer, clear, CD writer or DVD writer, that devices are attached with EIDE port or SATA port. In the latest version of motherboard, you will find SATA port here. In older version or many version, you will find EIDE port here. Clear? Any doubt regarding this port? Okay, I'm assuming it is clear to all. Okay, let us move again further. See, here we are having PCI slot. This slot using white color, PCI slot. Here four slots. We are having four slot in a motherboard. That is known as PCI slot. So what is the full form of PCI? It's a peripheral component interconnect. Peripheral component interconnect. Clear? It's a peripheral component interconnect. Clear? Again, I'm repeating the full form of PCI, that is peripheral component interconnect. Clear? So these loads are used for which purpose? Why these loads are given? What is the use of this port? See, if you want to mount additional component in your system, if you want to insert TV tuner card, say your system is simultaneously work as TV and your system could also work can also work as PC. It's a TV tuner card is there. So TV tuner card can also be mounted on this PCI slot simultaneously. If your LAN is not working and if you want to insert a LAN card, then LAN card is also inserted on this position. Clear? So whatever the additional thing that we need to mount, that we can mount on this PCI slot, peripheral component interconnect. Peripheral component interconnect. Audio card, again audio card, if you want to mount, then you can mount audio card as well. So PCI slot is clear. PCI slots. Hello.
Sir,
Yes.
hello?
Yes. Yes.
Sir, can you connect their HDMI?
Yeah. For connection of HDMI, we are having some separate slot here that we'll discuss at
Okay.
USB part.
Okay.
Here, I will come towards that one by one.
Okay.
Right now, PCI is clear to you.
Yes.
Okay, let us move further. Next, we are having motherboard chipset. Here you can see motherboard chipset, both. One is here and another one is here. These both are known as motherboard chipset. So here you can see South Bridge and the North Bridge. The motherboard chipset is having the name South Bridge and North Bridge. So what is a motherboard chipset? What is a motherboard chipset? Motherboard chipset is a chip of motherboard, whole motherboard. Clear? That is the main thing on a motherboard. If this chip fails, entire motherboard will fail. If motherboard chip is not working properly, if this motherboard chip is failed, entire motherboard will get failed. Clear? So here you can see a south bridge. A south bridge is having a motherboard chip. A south bridge having a motherboard chip. Clear? So what is the task of this motherboard chip? What is the task of this motherboard chip? What is the task of this motherboard chip? The task of this motherboard chip is to control this EIDE port, SATA port, or you can say PCI slots, LAN port, BIOS port. Clear? BIOS chip, LAN card. Clear? Everything, whatever the flow or control flow in your motherboard, that will be controlled by motherboard chipset. The task of South Bridge is to control the entire flow of your motherboard. Clear? Hello? Now here we are having a North Bridge. So a North Bridge is also having such type of chip, but above that it is having aluminum grid. We are not saying a properly grid. It is not whatever is orange line. Clear? As you can see from this orange dimension, orange lines, that orange line is nothing but aluminum. You can say aluminum types of circuit. not a circuit, but aluminum type of component. So that component produces also known as heat sink. Clear? That component is also known as heat sink. Whatever the heat is produced, clear, that will be controlled by using this. Now, what is the task of this north bridge? What is the task of this north bridge? It provides a graphics. It provides a graphics to our display. Whatever the graphics you are getting in your display, that is due to only north bridge. Clear? Is it clear to you? North bridge and south bridge for a motherboard chipset. Hello? Again, I'm repeating, motherboard chipset, north bridge as well as south bridge. In a south bridge, we are having motherboard chipset. The task of south bridge is to control the entire flow of a motherboard. It also controls your SATA port, EIDE port, USB port, your LAN port, LAN connector, PCI connector, BIOS component. Clear? Your external devices, everything will be controlled by motherboard chip, south bridge. Then what is the task of north bridge? The north bridge is used to provide a graphics on your display that will give a graphics to your display. Clear? And while providing a graphics, the hint will be created. So there is an aluminum disc or aluminum component which absorbs heat. Second one, to control a heat. To control a heat, every computer system must have a fan. Every computer system must have a fan that control or applies a cool air, applies a cooling air. Clear? So if you are having a system, so when you start your system, you will listen a fan is started. So a fan is also connected by using a fan connector. Clear? Hello? Hello, are you getting?
Yes,
Are you
clear, sir.
getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Okay. So,
yes,
okay, the motherboard chipset is clear. Hello?
yes, except that I'm confusing it with the CPU.
Between
You said it is used to control the entire system.
entire system of motherboard. See what if you are
Okay.
attaching here hard disk, then how the hard disk will send a signal to your motherboard and motherboard will reply to hard disk signal. It will be controlled by here south bridge, as well as if you are entering, for example, USB pen drive in this USB port. See here having USB port. Clear? So besides here USB port, we are having also HDMI port. HDMI. That what about you are about talking. Clear? So if you are connecting any external devices by using external ports, that will also be managed by this south bridge. If you are inserting any TV tuner card in PCI slots, clear, then that card is also will be managed by south bridge. Clear? That is a
Clear, sir.
task of south bridge. See, every component have its predefined task. Clear? So that's why we required each and every component. Okay, is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, now you can see over here also AGP slot. AGP slot here where mouse is currently pointing. Clear? AGP slots. So what is the use of AGP? Full form of AGP. So first full form of AGP is accelerator graphics port. Accelerator graphics port. See, every computer system has by default graphics card. Clear? By default, see if Intel is a manufacturer, then Intel's graphics card will be there. If Atom is a manufacturer, then Atom's graphics card will be there. Whoever is the manufacturer of motherboard. But you are if you require, say, if you are fond of playing high graphics game, clear, if you want to play some high graphics video on your system which is having very highly VFX effects, clear, then we required additional graphics card. So for example, Nvidia, if you have you ever heard about Nvidia graphics card? Hello? It's a
Yes,
brand
sir.
name of for a graphics card. Clear? It's a brand name of graphics card. Many gaming lovers or whoever who wants to deal with high graphics resolution, they will install Nvidia graphics card to their system. So advanced accelerator graphics port, that graphics card will be installed at this position. That graphics card will be installed at this position. It is clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
That graphics
Yes,
card
clear,
will
sir.
be installed at this position. Clear?
Yes, it is clear, sir.
Okay. Now let us again move further. Clear? So here we are having PS2 connector. PS2 connector. So what is a PS2 connectors? The PS2 connectors are used to connect mouse or the keyboards. See, if you remember, forget about USB mouse and USB keyboard. What are the older version of keyboard, optical mouse, or older version of keyboard and older version of mouse that is having a rounded port? If you remember, hello, have you ever have you ever
Yes, sir.
seen
Yes, sir.
the rounded port? Mouse is having a rounded port to connect our system. A keyboard is having a rounded port to connect our system. Clear? Those ports are known as PS2
Yes, sir.
connectors, PS2 ports. So every system has this type of PS2 connectors. Clear? So where to connect which ports? So there are two types of port. One is purple port and one is green port. One is purple port and one is having green color. So a green color where we need to connect a mouse and a purple color where we need to connect keyboard. Clear? A green color where we need to connect a mouse or a purple color where we need to connect keyboard. Clear? Hello?
Yes, clear, sir.
Okay. Now here we are having a USB ports. Here we are having a USB ports. So what is the task of USB port? From a USB ports, you can connect external USB hard disk. You can connect external pen drives. Clear? Whatever are the external devices having a USB connector, that will be connected by using USB ports. Clear? And this is the older version of uh, motherboard. And besides USB port and this parallel ports between USB ports or parallel ports or between USB ports or PS2 connectors, we are also having right now HDMI port. Clear? Where we can connect HDMI connector. Where we can connect HDMI connector. Clear? Sorry. Is it clear to all? HDMI connectors. See, somebody was asking where we can connect HDMI cable. That HDMI cable will be connected by using HDMI port. Is it clear now? I think Ellie or Joy, somebody was asking about HDMI.
It's clear, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me what is the full form of HDMI? Can anybody guess what is the full form of HDMI? Hello? It's high definition multimedia interface. HD. HD stands for high definition and MI stands for multimedia interface. Clear? HD stands for high definition and MI stands for multimedia interface. Now, a port besides a USB port, here we are having serial and parallel ports. Serial and parallel ports. See, this is a 25 pin connector. This is a 25 pin connectors. Clear? So in this port, what will connect? In this port, you can connect printer as well as scanner. If you want to connect scanner with your system, then you can connect a scanner by using parallel ports. If you want to connect printer with your system, then you can connect printer by using this port. See, right now, many printers and scanners are having USB connector. You can also connect printer or scanner by using USB ports. In the latest version of printers or latest version of scanners is having now connect, USB port to connect your system. Clear? But if you found somewhere older version of scanner, older version of printers, you may find a 25 connector ports which can be connected by using this parallel ports. Is it clear? Hello? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now the next is having here we are having AMR slot. This one AMR. So what is the full form of AMR? The full form of AMR is audio modem riser. Audio modem riser. So what is the task of audio modem riser? If you want to install, if you want to install HSP, host signal processing, some HSP devices in our system. If we need to install HSP devices in your system, then these devices can be installed by using this AMR slot. So what are these devices? These devices are say sound card, network interface card, like this. Clear? Additional devices which are connected with audio and modem. These devices can be that you can insert in this AMR slot. Beside that slot, we are having that CMOS battery. We are having a CMOS battery. Clear? So what is a full form of CMOS? The full form of CMOS, it is complementary metal, C for complementary, M for metal, O for oxide, and S for semiconductor. Complementary metal oxide semiconductor. Here it is complementary metal oxide semiconductor battery. See, what is the task of this? The task of CMOS battery is to always update date and time to your computer. See, whenever you are starting your system, here, when every day when you're starting your system is always displaying current date and time once you set it. Once you set, your system is always displaying current date and time. So from where system is updating? The system is updating from CMOS. Clear? So whenever you find any system is having date and time issue, once you change the date and time, and when you restarted the system, the date and time will automatically change. At that time, its CMOS is not working. This button cell CMOS battery is not working properly. So once you replace this button, your system will have resolved the issue of date and time. Here, your system will resolve the issue of date and time by using replacing this CMOS battery cell. Clear? So this CMOS battery will give supply to South Bridge motherboard chipset. If this battery set is working properly, it will give supply to this south bridge motherboard chipset. And as we can see, the motherboard is chipset is having control of entire motherboard. Clear? So it will update date and time in your system. But if this cell is not working properly, your system will run efficiently. You can run your system, but your date and time will be wrong. There will be issue regarding your date and time. So once you replace this CMOS battery, your date and time issue will be solved. So any doubt regarding this? Hello? Any doubt?
No doubts.
Okay. Now next is a ROM BIOS chip. So what is the full form of ROM? The full form of ROM is read only memory. BIOS. What is the full form of BIOS? The basic input output system. The full form of BIOS, that is basic input output system, BIOS. So when you start your system in any many system, it is a different key to enter in a BIOS mode. I will show you further in slides. What is this display screen of BIOS? Here, the BIOS screen will display like that. The BIOS means it's a ROM system. It is inbuilt. We cannot change. Clear? PCI loads we may refer, and the last one, that is ISS load. So what is the ISS loads? The ISS loads are industry standard architecture loads. Industry standard architecture loads. Clear? These loads, why these loads are used? These loads is also used to expand deep switches, sound card, modem. Clear? This type of technology, if we need to install, then these loads can also be used. But again, right now these loads are not widely used. But if you find any load in system, then it also uses such type of technology. Clear? So this word about a motherboards, entire motherboard. So yes, one thing that is remaining here, this load. Built-in audio connectors. Built-in audio connectors. Clear? So this is a built-in audio connectors. Clear? See, if you are fond of gaming lovers, then a joysticks can be mounted at this load, or MIDA line can be mounted in this loads. Clear? At this position. Next is again here front panel. Front panel connectors. Power LED, SD LED, power switch, reset, and speakers, as you can read. So these are the power front panel connectors, which is directly supplied to your CPU's LED, power LED. When you turn on your screen, when you turn on your power supply, the light will be blinked. That will be connected with these front panels. If it is having LED light or HD LED light, power switch, see restart button. Clear? These all are connected with these front panel connectors. So this was about a motherboard. So any doubt regarding motherboard? Anybody? Hello? Ellie, Roy?
No doubt, sir. No doubt.
Anybody? Anybody is having any doubt?
No, no
Okay,
doubt.
Ellie, clear everyone? Okay, everyone just type your name and enrollment number on a chat box. Let us take an attendance. So write down your full name and enrollment number in a chat box. This is a BIOS screen, as I told you. This is a BIOS screen. Clear? This is CMOS battery cell. This is a PCI port where we can insert network interface card, any external devices that we want to connect. This is audio modem riser. Here, AGP card. This is a power supply, switch mode power supply. Clear? These are the connectors that can be used to connect. Clear? Okay. So everyone written their name, Ellie, Roy, and okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. You may leave. Thank you, everyone.